Alrighty then. The NBA draft happened, and god dang, man, this offseason is already better than like the whole playoffs, man. Like Jesus Christ. We can't get like a moment in this offseason without craziness happen, man. Like, and I'm just gonna let you guys know now. I've been caught up with all like the trades and everything like that. Like, I don't even know like who's going where and stuff like that. So if you guys have like an NBA draft that actually shows like the recap that actually shows which players are going where, that'd be very, and I mean very, very helpful, man, because I'm one of the reasons why I'm so late starting this is because I'm trying to find one that actually like is up to date with all the draft rights, because there's so many players going to different locations and stuff like that. But yeah, overall, this 2017 NBA draft was more entertaining than I thought it would be. I was on the edge of my seat, obviously for selfish ass reasons. Yes. Oh, I'm pumped. You best believe I'm pumped. Are you pumped? Well, anyways, let's talk about the NBA draft. First of all, the first overall pick with Markelle Fultz. That was a no-brainer for Philadelphia. Question is, though, will Markelle Fultz be the primary point guard, or is Brett Brown still going to go with Ben Simmons being the point guard? Because remember, Brett Brown, he really, really, really wanted to let Ben Simmons be the point guard. He really wanted Ben Simmons to be the point guard and stuff like that. He really wanted to go down that route with them. So, I don't know, because Markelle Fultz, he doesn't really necessarily need to be a point guard. He seems like a guy that can also play the shooting guard and stuff like that. So we'll have to wait and see on that situation. But Markelle Fultz going to the Sixers, that made the most sense. That was the trade that like everyone knew what was going to happen. Pick number 2. What were the Lakers going to do here? And it was pretty much they drafted Lonzo Ball, the guy that after D'Angelo Russell got traded to the Brooklyn Nets, everyone kind of knew, yeah, that's happening. That's going to be a thing. Draft Lonzo Ball. And honestly, Lonzo Ball is a great pickup for the Lakers. Guy has great vision. Guy has a great passer. He makes people around him better. There's nothing more you can say negative about Lonzo Ball other than the fact that he probably doesn't have a consistent jumper. The most consistent thing in the world. It's probably something that, you know, is a concern. I feel like the Lakers got a good pickup in this situation. But, man, LeVar Ball, this guy was a comedian. He was all like, they love going to him. ESPN's going to love the fact that Lonzo's on the Lakers because that means LeVar will get all the screen time, man. But they love their LeVar Ball, man, because, like, they literally, Lonzo, he said, like, 2 or 3 words in the interview. I was like, Lonzo, you just lived your dream. You just got drafted by the Los Angeles Lakers. What's your thoughts? Lonzo said like probably 1 or 2 things, and then LeVar, and then they're like, "Oh, congratulations, Lonzo." LeVar, and then it right went to LeVar, and LeVar was like, "Oh yeah, I told you this was going to happen. It was reality. This is what's going to be." And then like he was just screaming and talking the whole dang time. And then they asked him, and then like they're like, "Oh, how proud are you, Lonzo?" "I'm proud of Zoe, but there are 2 more on the way, and we getting them there." And the reporter was all like, "Wait, so they're all going to play on the Lakers? How are you going to get both of them on the Lakers?" And then he just replies, "The ball way. We're going to get them on there the ball way." Got to give LeVar Ball credit. Liangelo has a chance at, and so does LaMelo. LaMelo's not that good either. But at least we got a caricature like Lonzo Ball or LeVar Ball with the Lakers. So that's always fun, right? By the way, I'm not going to go by pick. So if you guys have any questions about that type of stuff, if you guys have any questions about the draft, just let me know. It's just mainly the top 5 picks and picks that interest me I'll talk about. I'm not going to give you guys draft grades unless you ask me to give you the draft grades for certain players because, like, I'm going to be honest here. NBA and NFL draft, I'm more knowledgeable about the NFL than I am NBA when it comes to prospects. But I do try to keep up with college basketball as much as I can and stuff like that. But, yeah, Lonzo, like I said, is a good pick. Now, the Celtics at 3. I was wondering what they were going to do because if you guys heard the rumors, there was rumors that the Knicks wanted to get rid of Kristaps Porzingis. Like, they wanted to get rid of Kristaps. And I was sitting there to myself, I'm like, trade Kristaps Porzingis. But they were looking for, you know, one of the top 4 picks. You know, that's what the Knicks were asking for. And they were asking for a bunch of other shit. And so I thought maybe the Celtics would do this. I thought maybe we would see a Paul George trade. I thought we were going to see something. But, man, dude, man, if you're a Celtics fan, I'm sorry. You must be disappointed with this team, dude. I'm being dead serious. Y'all are knocking at the brim. Knocking at the brim to, what's it called? Get into the Eastern Conference Finals. Get into the NBA Finals, maybe. And y'all are just like, we're just going to draft BPA, who we thought was best. We traded down because we knew that if we drafted him number 1, we would get slayed by the NBA. That's what it is. The fan base would have slayed Boston if they would have just chose Jason Tatum at number 1. Now, Jason Tatum is not a bad player. I think he's a terrific scorer. I think he has definitely a lot of upside. I just don't understand the selection because Boston already has a crowded wing situation. You already have to try to spare minutes for Jay Crowder and Jaylen Brown. Now you're adding the Jason Tatum to this. And now you're trying to chase after Gordon and Hayward. You're going to have like 4 wings that are going to be fighting for playing time. And what if Jaylen Brown ends up becoming better than Jason Tatum? What if Jay Crowder all of a sudden takes this huge leap? You never know with these certain players. It's just, But yeah, if you're a Celtics fan, you must be sitting there saying to yourself, what the fuck am I watching with this team, man? Like, what are they doing with themselves, man? Because Tatum or Josh Jackson, I get Josh Jackson's a psychopath and is a head case. You're going to take Jason Tatum? I'm not a fan at all with that pickup. It's just a lame safe pick, to be honest. And also, it's not like most people say, Duke players, they don't end up turning well in the NBA. So on draft when I tweeted this, I put NBA draft 2016, NBA 2017 draft. But yeah, offensive wing. Both Jackson and Tatum are both offensive wings. To be honest, here, Phoenix got their guy that they wanted for a long time, in Josh Jackson. That was like the guy that Phoenix wanted, to be honest. So good pickup for them. De'Aaron Fox to Sacramento. Like, this was good for Sacramento because Sacramento was willing to trade up to try to get De'Aaron Fox. Like, they really thought that, like, the Suns or the Celtics were going to take De'Aaron. No. See, Sacramento was smart. Vlade Divac was like, I'm not going to move. I'm going to do my shit. I'm just going to stand here and let this shit fly. Good. You don't need to move. You don't need to draft up to get De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox was going to fall into your lap anyways. And it was a good pickup for the Kings. Like, they need a point guard. They need a leader. Hopefully De'Aaron Fox brings that to them. Now, of course, elephant in the room. Jonathan Isaac got drafted by Orlando. Good luck with that, Orlando, because I don't know what your team is doing. I know the new GM is the Milwaukee Bucks GM, so maybe he's going the Milwaukee Bucks route. We're going to draft all this length and stupid shit, versatile players, and hopefully that shit works in Orlando. Good luck with that. You know, Orlando, I wish you nothing but the luck. But I don't know what the fuck you're doing with your team. I honestly don't. Like, the Kings, I get it. They're trying to build like a 3-point shooting threat team with one guy that can mainly rebound. Kind of like the Magic back in the old days. The Magic, I don't know what they're doing. I honestly don't know. Like, Jonathan Isaac, he fills the need, but I just don't know, like, why they drafted him. Like, I felt like there was, like, and I like Isaac. I'm a big fan of Jonathan Isaac, but I felt there was, like, a lot better talent on the board, especially since shooting is, like, a huge need of yours. Why didn't you take Malik Monk in this situation? Like, yeah, Isaac is a wing player and can play defense, but, like, seriously, why the fuck did they – I just don't get it, man. I just didn't get it, honestly. So yeah, fuck Orlando. Like, I'm sorry, Orlando Magic fans, but fuck y'all. I don't know what you're doing. Your team is just a mess. Maybe you should have asked the Hornets if there was a way to trade back for Dwight Howard. Maybe Dwight's happy again. Who knows? But of course, the elephant in the room. Right after the second pick, it was announced that the Chicago Bulls and the Minnesota Timberwolves made a trade. Jimmy Butler and the 16th overall pick for Zach LaVine, Chris Dunn, and the 7th overall pick. Now, I know, because I'm a Timberwolves fan here, you guys are wondering, how do I feel about this trade? First off, I will say about Jimmy Butler, I am really harsh on Jimmy Butler. I think the guy is a psychopath and someone that kind of causes locker room issues, and he doesn't really get that bad rep because everyone says he's such a hard worker and he's so great, blah, 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 blah. But for what we paid to get Jimmy Butler, especially for what the Bulls were asking from the Boston Celtics to get Jimmy Butler, and for what we gave up to get Jimmy Butler, I am happy with it. I do feel bad for Zach LaVine, who was the latest sponsor person for Fitbit. If you guys don't know, the jerseys are now getting those sponsorships, and the Timberwolves sponsorship is Fitbit. And they were talking about Zach LaVine's recovery and back to be on the court for the Target Center. Oh, poor Zach. I like him. Thanks for the dunk championship, Zach. Both of them. Thank you. Chris Dunn, I barely knew you, to be honest. Like, you were there for a year. But this is the same exact trade that the Bulls wanted to make a year ago for the Timberwolves. And Tom Thibodeau was like, no, I ain't going to do that trade. I'm going to believe in my young talent. And then Tom Thibodeau realized, shit, Zach LaVine can't play defense to save his life. Shit. Chris Dunn is just not there for us. I'm here to win. I'm not here to lose. I got to get Jimmy. The fact that we even got the 16th pick from the Bulls is mind-boggling to me, and why I am so impressed with what Tom Thibodeau did. He literally traded the two weakest pieces for the Timberwolves, because here's the thing. Wiggins and Towns, when LaVine got injured, and I know a lot of people are going to be like, but LaVine was like the most reliable three-point shooter and everything like that. And I get it. LaVine was reliable. But when he got injured, Wiggins and Towns were playing so much better together. So much better together. They were clicking on all cylinders. So for me personally, I'm fine with what the Timberwolves did here and getting a Jimmy Butler. I'm fine with what they are doing because they want to win. We kept Ricky Rubio. Ricky Rubio and Jimmy Butler, that's one of the best perimeter defensive courts you're going to see, because Jimmy Butler is a terrific defender and Ricky Rubio is an underrated defender. An underrated defender. Very underrated. So we have two of the best perimeter defenders. Wiggins, he gets overrated as a defender, but he's a good defender. But you're going to get Jimmy Butler, who has worked with Tom Thibodeau before, who has trained with the man, and who is going to get Andrew Wiggins and get Karl Anthony Towns to that next level. Look, I feel like Chicago did well too in the trade. Obviously, the Timberwolves won this trade, and Chicago's rebuilding. But I felt Chicago got nice pieces. Chris Dunn, he could turn out to be something. LaVine, though, it's funny that they would take just Zach LaVine because he's coming off a torn ACL. That's what made me shocked out of it all, that we got Jimmy Butler by giving off pretty much damaged goods. So, yeah. And we get Jimmy Butler for 2 years. Like, oh, my God, dude. I might have to get a Towns and Butler jersey, dude. Jimmy Buckets, baby. Excited for this one, man. I'm excited to have this Jimmy Butler, Andrew Wiggins, and Karl Anthony Towns lineup and trio. Our little big three. Medium three right now. I don't know. Up to how people view Wiggins. I think it's like a big three. But the Chicago Bulls taking Lauri Markkanen, honestly, huge fan of that pickup. I really like that the Chicago Bulls picked him up. I feel like he's an underrated player. He was the player that I liked the most out of this draft, to me personally. And if the Wolves didn't trade for Jimmy Butler, this was the player that I wanted them to get. Frank Ntilikina for the Frank Ntilikina for the New York Knicks. Why not? Just form an all-European team, man. Phil Jackson, you know what you're doing. So since Phil Jackson says he knows what he's doing and he's the Zen fucking master, I'm not going to judge this shit. Dennis Smith Jr. to the Mavericks. The Mavericks definitely needed a consistent point guard. I like Yogi Ferrell. I think Steph Curry is a good player as well. But they needed someone at a consistent long-term basis. Dennis Smith Jr. is very athletic. It all depends on how he develops. Like, once he starts getting consistent jump shot going, he might be one of the more dangerous players in the league to come. The Sacramento Kings, though, holy crap. They had the 10th pick, Portland, who had a bunch of draft picks, were like, we don't have the cap space for most of these guys. So here's the thing. Sacramento, you can take 2 of our picks, and we'll take the 10th pick because we need some depth at the center position. Because once Yusuf Nurkic went out, we had absolutely no one. Vlade Divac was like, all right, I guess I'll do it. Vlade Divac traded back. Zach Collins got drafted by the Portland Trailblazers. He helps. Defensively, I don't know if he does shit, but he helps. The Charlotte Hornets got one of the best steals in this draft, Malik Monk. Good. I don't know why he felt so like once Orlando did not pick him, I was just dumbfounded. I just could not believe it. I was just like, what is the Magic doing? Like, I like Jonathan Isaac, like I said before, but seriously, like, you're gonna just pass up on Malik Monk like that? Like, But yeah, the Charlotte Hornets gave Malik Monk. Great pickup there. Luke Kennard to Detroit. Now, I know Detroit needed 3-point shooting, but really, they're gonna reach for Luke Kennard? Yuck. Like, I'm sorry, that's just disgusting to me. Like, Luke Kennard's not bad, but it's just kind of like, yuck. Like, really? Like, I think Detroit was just like on their mindsets, like, oh, we might get Malik Monk. And then all of a sudden, Malik Monk went away. And they're just like, well, time for the consolation prize. Luke Kennard. I don't know. It's just like kind of like a yuck pick to me. Not a big fan of this pickup, man. Probably one of my least favorite draft choices. The Utah Jazz traded with the Denver Nuggets, and they took Donovan Mitchell. I guess he's reinsurance. He's a combo guard for sure. He can play shooting guard and point guard at a very consistent level. I think he's more of a shooting guard than he is a point guard. I just feel like because of his size, it kind of holds him back, personally. But yeah, it's like for me personally, I'm just like sitting here and I'm saying to myself, like, I don't know. I'm just not a fan with this pick with the Jazz. Like, I don't know. It's like, I get it that they're trying to keep their guard depth heavy. Alec Burks was a huge disappointment for them. I don't know why I said for me, but for them as a 6-man. And Rodney Hood, you don't know if he's going to be a starter, and you want to keep your guard depth just in case you do lose Joe Ingles or Gordon Hayward. But I don't know. Not a fan of this Donovan Mitchell pick. Kentucky's Bam Adebayo going to Miami, and that's good because they needed someone to pair up with Hassan Whiteside in the paint. You know, obviously Miami had like that terrific story and that terrific season where they started off 11-30, and then they finished off the regular season 30-11, and they almost made the playoffs. And really, to be honest, like front court issues, that was like probably like the main theme for the Miami Heat. And getting a guy like Bam Adebayo who could possibly develop into a good front court player with them and play obviously well with Hassan Whiteside in the future seems pretty legit if you ask me. So I like the Miami Heat. Pat Riley knows what the fuck he's doing. Vlade Divac and the Kings, they took Justin Jackson. I honestly don't know how Justin Jackson was there for them, but good. What a great pickup for the Sacramento Kings, man. He fits well with what Buddy Hield is. He's a guy that can be on the bench. I feel like he can play well with Buddy Hield. He's a decent defensive player. He's not great, but he's not like fucking terrible. I honestly like this pickup a lot. I feel like there's so much versatility with this player that they got that I'm just like, man, dude, the Kings, Justin Jackson, nice pickup. Because he can play well with what their bench unit wants to do, and they need more scoring off the bench. You know, all their starters can score, but they need more scoring off the bench. The Minnesota Timberwolves, via the Chicago Bulls, took Justin Patton. I mean, he's another 7-footer. I don't know if this was like, you know, like Tom Thibodeau looking at a project and being like, you know what, I want this guy. I want Justin Patton. I mean, hey, if his skill set works out well with Karl Anthony Towns, that would be pretty nifty, having 2 legit 7-footers kicking ass and shooting 3 balls. That'd be pretty funny, right? You just like, can you imagine like the pick and pops, like Rubio passes to everyone on the 3-point line and they just all hit fucking threes. Do I think Jonathan Isaac is a bust? No, Abdi Burns. I just don't understand why the Magic, because see, the Magic needs someone that can score. Like just score. Like get points. Shoot the ball. And it's like Jonathan Isaac is just kind of like he's just like what the Magic have. Yeah, he can shoot the 3-ball, but he's just a lengthy forward. That's why I'm wondering, are they like going all in with this whole Milwaukee Bucks GM strategy of like, we're going to play like we're the Bucks and draft like monsters? Because like he's good, Jonathan Isaac, but he's like, I just don't understand why you pass up on a legit score like that. DJ Wilson, once again, the Milwaukee Bucks pretty much draft another monster for them to add with their monster lineup. And honestly, he's there for depth issues. Like, they need like more depth issues when it comes to the front court. I know Milwaukee runs like the weirdest lineup in the NBA because Giannis is their small forward, but he also plays point. And the president, Malcolm Brogdon, and Thon Mick. God damn, dude. Like, the Milwaukee Bucks are just a bunch of monsters, man. They're just a bunch of freaks playing basketball. And that's a good thing. Pacers take TJ Leaf. Whatever. He's all right. If he ends up like how he is in college, him and Miles Turner could be good together. The Atlanta Hawks take John Collins. Great. Another Hawks bench player. That won't do shit. And then the Kings. Vlade Divac, man. The MVP of this shit, man. Sitting back there and like, you know what? I'll take Harry Giles. What a steal. I like Harry Giles a lot. Now, the Sacramento Kings still have, like, you know, God damn, I always draw a blank. I know Trey Lyles got traded, but I always forget the other guy. Willie Cauley-Stein. Yeah, Willie Cauley-Stein and Scalabiciel. But still, getting a guy like Harry Giles who could end up being really explosive for you and is arguably, to me, a top 15 prospect in this draft, that's good. And you got him at 20, and you traded down to get him. I feel like the Kings got 3 really good players in this draft. De'Aaron Fox, who's one of the best point guards in this draft. Justin Jackson, who is a very polished scorer and someone that's going to be very, very well with pair up very well Buddy Hield, where he comes off the bench as a bench unit player or starts with him. And then Harry Giles, who, like, really, to be honest here, it's like, well, we have other centers and power forwards like Cauley-Stein and Labissiere. Like, he's another project guy. You don't know if he's going to end up being as great as people make him out to be or not. So, yeah. The OKC Thunder take Terrence Ferguson from Australia. I don't know who the fuck this is. He looks like Thabo Sefolosha, though, like the way he plays. So maybe he's Thabo Sefolosha. The Brooklyn Nets, man, dude, they were like, you know what? We want monsters too. So they drafted Jared Allen, who has a 6'7" wingspan. They lost their one center in Brook Lopez. He seems more like a project, though. I don't see him like playing anytime soon. The Toronto Raptors took OG Anunoby, and I think he's being traded. I don't remember if he's getting traded or not. I honestly hope he doesn't. Like I said, this draft is not updated, so yeah. But when it comes down to it, Abba Junior, he fits with what the Raptors needed. They needed a defensive player. He's really good defensively. Maybe he can stop people, but it depends if he starts or not. We're still waiting for that Bruno Cabello fellow to start. I'm going to be honest here. I don't know who the fuck Tyler London is. Pass. The 76ers got another center in this draft, and Zengius Pusanixis. He plays for Spain. I don't know if he's ever going to come. The Portland Trailblazers took Caleb Swanigan from Purdue. I don't know who the fuck he is. Being dead honest here. He sounds like a great bench player, though, like Caleb Swanigan. Can't you imagine this guy coming off the bench and hitting like a big dunk or something, or a huge shot? Like, Caleb Swanigan! Like, I can just picture Mike Brain. Bang! Caleb Swanigan with the shot! I don't know who the fuck he is. But the Lakers, man, I liked what the Lakers did with their 2 little picks that they had, but we'll talk about that in a moment. Kyle Kuzma with the Brooklyn Nets pick that they got from the Brook Lopez trade. Honestly, big fan of this guy, man. I really like watching Kyle Kuzma. Like, keep in mind, I live in California, so I see all the Pac-12 shit. But I really like Kyle Kuzma from what I saw, and like his NBA combine was really good. And he can shoot, too. Like, he's a very good shooter, for an underrated shooter, really, to be honest. I think you could develop very, very well, and especially because the Lakers one of their issues is that they do have front court issues, man. Like, you have Brook Lopez there. That guy's a walking injury right there. I don't know what Dubak or whatever that guy, Avaka Dubak, I forgot that dumbass center's name. I don't know how his injury status is. I know Larry Nance Jr. is a beast, but he doesn't really, like, stay healthy. And Julius Randle has an injury history. I don't know if this guy we'll ever see this guy play, but hey, you know what? If he ends up being the summer league star, good for him. I'm really rooting for Kyle Kuzma. Tony Bradley was drafted by the Jazz. Sure, he's a big center. The Spurs get Derek White. He looks like Dejounte Murray. I'm being dead serious. If you look at Dejounte Murray and you look at Derek White, they look the fucking same. And then the Lakers with the 30th pick, thanks to the Jazz, they get Van Gundy. Swanigan is good. Oh, he's good. He has stats. Well, I don't know. Yeah, Josh Hart was a great pick by the Lakers. Cedric Agabuye. Oh, did I say his name wrong? My bad. Yeah, no, but Hart's good. I don't know if Swanigan's good, man. I don't watch Purdue. He just sounds like a great bench player, though. At least I'm right with that. He sounds like a great bench player. But yeah, no, Josh Hart, he can shoot the basketball, and that's very important. He's a very consistent shooter. Not a great shooter, but consistent. And consistency is key. All right, let's see what the second round is. I want to know where Semi Ajoyeway went. Let's see. Let's look at some notable picks here. Guys that were looking to go high, but they didn't. Wow. Look at Sacramento, man. Taking Frank Mason. That's a good pickup. I didn't think that. I thought Frank Mason would at least go in the first round, but no, he didn't. Ivan Rabb, power forward from Cal, going to the Memphis Grizzlies. Like, the Magic were like, nah, we don't want him. We'll just give him to you, Memphis. But okay. Semi Ajoyeway went to the Boston Celtics. Okay, good for him. I was hoping he would go to a good team. Oh, Dwayne Bacon went to the Hornets. I forgot about Dwayne Bacon. Everyone's telling me, like, Dwayne Bacon's great or some shit. Turns out that he was just all right, right? Thomas Bryant. Man, some of these names, like, I'm going to say this about this second round. A lot of these players, man, and I know that sounds stupid to say, but it's true. A lot of these players, dude, bench names, man. There's so many, like, good bench names, man. Like Devon Reed, Frank Mason, Semi Ojoye, Jordan Bell. Like, what a name. Jordan Bell, Jawan Evans, Dwayne Bacon, Thomas Bryant, Isaiah Hartenstein. Oh, my God. What kind of name is that? Dylan Brooks, Sterling Brown. Like, Sterling Brown. What a fucking name, dude. These are some great names, dude, that the NBA is producing. Some of these kids are, man, these are great names, dude. I'm being this serious here. Like, these are such great bench names, like, that you're just hearing. Edmund Sumner, Kadeem Allen, Alec Peters. Alec Peters is such a bench player name. It's not even funny. Jabari Bird. What a name, dude. These guys have such great names, dude. Such great names. But overall, though, Sindarius Thorwald, the Minnesota Timberwolves, who got a player who's going to be in the summer league, VJ Beacham. Okay, I don't know who he is. So, can I cook you some French fries? I don't know, man. I can't cook shit. No, I'm just kidding. So I guess Caleb Swanigan is good, but like I said, I don't watch Purdue play. I don't know this shit, man. I don't know college basketball. So I was trying to get someone to save my ass and, like, come into the stream and talk about this with me, because I know the big players. I don't know anyone else though. But honestly, I'm happy about what my Timberwolves did. I thought we did a good job in the draft. Like I said, I don't know where we're going to be with that center we drafted, who I keep forgetting his name. But I do know with Jimmy Butler, it's going to be studly. I really like what we did with Jimmy Butler. So, that's for the playoffs, man. I know Tom Thibodeau is having a press conference right now. He's probably like, yeah, you know, we traded Zach, and Zach's a good player, and Chris, he's a really good trooper, but, you know, we had to do what was best for the team, and what was best for the team and Andrew was, you know, like, how's my tips? I love my tips. I love doing Tom Thibodeau. Tom Thibodeau's always he's an easy impression. He really is an easy impression. He's like, oh yeah, there's Andrew. I like how he says Andrew. He's like, Andrew. I'm watching all the film. I watched all Jimmy Butler's film like 5 million fucking times. I love Tom. I love Tips. Tips. All right. Sindarius Thornwell. That's another great bench name. Is important. I don't know. What do you guys think of the draft? I thought the Kings did really well in this draft, though. Like low key, like I honestly felt they did really well in this draft. Though, like to me personally, my biggest losers are kind of like the Boston Celtics in some way, because really, to be honest, that's what you got. Like you just traded down for Jason Tatum, and you have all this wing situation, and then also too, you see what the Timberwolves traded for to get Jimmy Butler, and now it's like that. That's like you're just sitting there, you're like saying to yourself, like we could have had Jimmy Butler. And the Timberwolves basically, like, let's be real here. The Timberwolves traded damaged goods, unproven rookie last year, and the 7th pick. And I like Markkanen, but I don't know if he's going to end up being a stud. You traded all that just for Jimmy Butler and the 16th. You got to think if you're the Boston Celtics, you're like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, seriously, yeah, I don't know what Danny Ainge is thinking or smoking either. Like, he gives up their picks for useless shit, and then afterwards, he doesn't even give up his picks for actual players. Like, seriously, who would you rather have if you're a Celtics fan right now? Jason Tatum or Jimmy Buckets? I would want Jimmy Buckets, dude. I would want Jimmy Buckets, man. I gotta follow Jimmy Butler on Twitter, by the way. I gotta go follow him. He's a new Timberwolf, so you gotta follow your new favorite players, man. I'm honestly excited, man. And then also we still have enough cap for a good bench too. Like, oh. He barely posts on Twitter too, Jimmy Butler. He's off the social media too much. I thought he loved Taylor Swift. The winners of this draft is straight shooter. Kings, Timberwolves, Bulls. Yeah, I feel like the Bulls did well too. I mean, they got young players. The Knicks got Frank Ntilikina, the Frenchman point guard. He and Kristaps, they're gonna form an all-European team. They're like, yeah, man, let's form an all-Euro ball team. That's what the Knicks are doing. They're gonna form an all-European team. Text my boy. I gotta tweet my boy MJ, man. No, I gotta tweet my boy MJ. I gotta tweet to him. Jimmy Buckets, baby. I'm hyped, man. I'm hyped, dude. We got Jimmy Buckets, dude. Does anyone have like a picture of like Jimmy Butler Timberwolves? Let me just like Google this. I'm pretty sure some person already made one. Timberwolves. He has to change his jersey number, though. He ain't wearing 21 in fucking Minnesota. I'll tell you that right now. He wearing 23 or 24. It's a different number. Can't wear 21. 21 is sacred. Sacred grounds here in Minnesota. Don't wear KG's number, man. Don't wear it. Yeah, I know. Like, they really were hoping Malik Monk would fall to them. Sorry if I say Malik Monk wrong. I know I say Malik Monk, but it's because I'm talking fast. All right, Jimmy Butler, Timberwolves. Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, I want to find a picture, dude. I'm going to post on Facebook, though, Jimmy Buckets, though. I'm fucking hyped. I'm hyped, man. Like, I don't care what anyone says, man. Jimmy Butler, he may be an asshole, maybe a locker room cancer. I don't care, dude. our big three, man. All right. All right. Do you guys have any questions for me about the NBA draft, or am I free to go like watch Tom Thibodeau smother his way through a press conference? And Jimmy, that was a big deal there. Make sure you guys also check out my friend Sports Fan Entertainment, the MJ Take. He has more subscribers and more fans than I do, but still, make sure you guys check out Sports Fan Entertainment, the MJ Take. Watch his live stream because I'm going to do that. I was going to be on the live stream, but I got caught up with some bullshit. Like, honestly, I got caught up in some bullshit that I was doing and stuff like that. But yeah, make sure you watch his. I was going to be a part of it, but I got to watch it. I got to hear what he thinks of my Jimmy Buckets, of my new star player of the Minnesota Timberwolves. Just shocked that the Kings drafted. Yeah, Vlade Divac, man. Him and Tibbs, man. MVPs. Vlade. And let's go to here. Let's get the Allen Fox. Why not? Why trade our 2 picks when we can make those 2 picks something else? Anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the NBA content. Best believe when off-season starts to hit again, I'm definitely here to talk more NBA. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel for that. Follow me on Twitter at ChaseAuber68. This offseason has been one of the best offseasons for the NBA, man. So much crazy shit. We still haven't got down with Carmelo yet. We don't know if Paul George is gone yet. Like, there's still like so much to this offseason, dude. Like, you know what the sad part is, man? This offseason is so hyped, but this NBA free agency, this NBA season is going to suck dick still. Because it's still going to be the same shit. But, man, this offseason, crazy, man. This is stuff like, this is literally like, I'm being dead serious, man. We even talked about Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard got traded. Like, this is like literally like some NBA 2K shit. Some little kid sim this stuff, man. But thank you all very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night. Remember, guys, just like Brock Lesnar, sometimes you don't have to give a shit. Follow me on Twitter at ChaseAuber68. I'll see you all next time. Peace.